Local 328 and APU.
Hello.
Hello. Is this thing on? Can anybody hear me? Over here with the speakers, the microphone. Put down the snow cone. Good afternoon. Thank you for coming. It was going so well, I'd like to pass it to the president.
Hey, everybody. We're over here. Hey! Come on over. We've got something to say. Oh, no, you got to scream. Oh, you got to scream. Got to get people pumped.
Really wish I hadn't woken up at 3 a.m.
You can't really hear that from back there.
Even Jenny? Can you hear Jenny?
I heard her, not through the mic.
I'm loud.
Yeah, you are.
Hi, everyone.
Should we wait for everyone to get on this? Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming to our... Can anybody hear me? Apparently I'm going to lose my voice doing this, so that sucks.
Volume says it's all the way up.
Everybody get closer.
I'll yell at him. You want me to yell at him?
Try now, please.
Can you test it? Can you check? Hey, hello. Testing, testing, testing. Testing. It'll be worth it, guys. General. Yeah.
All the way up.
They are tiny speakers. Let's see. No, you're just you've got it all the way.
Testing.
Nope, it's all the way up. Yeah. Tiny speakers, I guess.
What's the problem?
I don't know.
Just not very loud.
It's just not very loud.
Keep talking.
Testing,
Test it, yeah.
testing, testing,
Thank
testing.
you.
Testing. 1, 2,
Local
3.
328. Local.
Local 328. You know what we could do?
Let's
while
do a
we're
chant.
waiting?
Yeah.
We could do a chant.
There we go. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Okay. And when I think of chants, I think about Harrison Warner. Do we have Harrison Warner ready to lead us in some chants? I know one chant. What do we want? A fair contract! When we want it! Now! That's right! I need it a little louder. What do we want? A fair contract! When do we want it? Now! Now say it as loud as you can so Lawrence Fernstall and appointed President Elmahal, wherever he may be, can hear it. What do we want? A fair contract! When do we want it? Now! Yeah! How's the mic doing? Yeah? Oh, there you go. Very close. There you go. Okay. Uncomfortable. All right, thank you all so much for being here. I'm going to introduce our MC, Juan, who's a member of the Local 328 bargaining team. So, going to say hi?
Hi, everybody. My name's Juan. Thank you for coming. I reluctantly accepted this offer, but hopefully we have fun.
Yeah. Thank you. So my name is Jenny Olson. I'm the president of AFSCME Local 328, and I'm so glad You haven't heard. $1 an hour. That's an insult. That's not a raise, and frontline workers at OHSU have sacrificed, adapted, and shown up for our community time and time again. You deserve real raises that reflect the value of your labor, not some symbolic gesture that doesn't even cover rent hikes. And your $1 an hour raise is probably going to pay for the increase in parking rates you need to drive to work.
Right.
You can't even buy a coffee in most places for what you'll get with $1 an hour.
You pay for my gas.
That's right. So we're not asking for luxuries, and let's be honest, what can $1 and extra get you, luxury-wise? We are demanding dignity, fair wages, and respect. The kind of compensation that reflects the value that we bring to OHSU and that allows us to live and not just survive. Let this rally be a reminder to everyone watching. 328 and APU will not back down. We know our worth, and it's worth a lot more than $1 an hour. We are prepared. Right. We're prepared to stand together, speak out, and push harder until we get a contract that honors the work we do and the lives that we lead. Thank you for your solidarity, and when we fight, we win! What's that? When we fight, we win! When we fight, we win! That's right! Okay, I'm going to introduce Heather Reed, APU member.
Hi, my name is Heather Reed. I'm a nurse practitioner and I'm on the bargaining team for Advanced Practice United. Thank you, AFSCME, for showing us how to do union. I know that it can be really uncomfortable for our members to take what feels like an adversarial stance against OHSU leadership. That's not really our style. As I often tease them, they're a bunch of nerds, and they don't like to do that. And I say that with love. But even nerds have their limits, and the way I see it is we're all advocating for a better society for everyone. And we're starting here where we can make the most difference. And if that puts us in conflict with OHSU leadership, that's for them to reflect on. A society that I would like to see is one where if you work full-time, you do not have to worry about meeting your own basic needs. You do deserve a living wage. That's not acceptable at an institution of this caliber. If you do pursue an advanced education, you should be paid appropriately according to your knowledge, education, and responsibility. Many of you folks don't realize it, but the AURN scale, which includes nurse practitioners, is not the scale that most advanced practice providers are paid on. We're paid on a much lower scale. Access to primary care is a key component of our vision for a better society, and it affects every single member of the OHSU community. We care for medically complex patients who need skilled and caring generalists to provide holistic care. All community members need access to timely and efficient care to manage their health. It's simply unacceptable that our patients require emergency treatment and hospitalization, sometimes suffering permanent health effects due to limited access to primary care. Despite this urgent and ongoing need, OHSU is allowing positions in primary care to remain vacant. They have not funded these positions for providers, nurses, and support staff like our friends at AFSCME. And that makes a huge difference in our lives and our patients' lives. If we only treat the most critically ill patients at their worst, are we truly a healthcare organization caring for people and promoting wellness? or do we exist merely to profit from the most extreme suffering? About a year ago, I was talking to one of our cat leads, Rachel Postman. Many of you know her. She's great. And I don't remember what we were talking about, but I remember her saying, like, isn't there somebody we could talk to about this problem? And I said, I think we're the grown-ups. And that was kind of a scary thought at that time, that we're the grown-ups. But now that I've gotten to know all the APPs in our unit, I'm not scared. You guys are amazing. You're so smart. I want you to be in charge. What really is scary to me, though, is what I've seen at the bargaining table with OHSU. They are completely out of touch with our lives as providers and our patients' lives. And they just appear to be unmotivated to help us solve these problems. They continue to focus on their financial goals and not what matters to patients and providers. And they fail to see how their actions slowly chip away at our ability to deliver the care that our patients deserve. It's unacceptable. So, I hope OHSU leadership does the work they need to do to refocus their priorities and work with us to help build a better society instead of against us. They have work to do to show their commitment. OHSU needs to show us that they prioritize the well-being of their patients, providers, and staff by settling a fair contract now.
Heather! Great job, Heather. I am not sure who's next.
I think we're just going to have a break until we have more speakers.
We have more speakers coming. We're going to take a break.
Yeah. And actually,
We have popcorn, cotton candy. We've got swag tables, sign making tables. We have a piñata that is just going around. We also have paper bucks. The person who can figure out the most creative thing to do with your paper dollar, maybe you'll get that piñata.
do you think about the offer?
I think really a buck. I think you guys could do better than that.
And then 50 cents next year?
Yeah, pretty bad, pretty pathetic.
What are you going to do with your 50 cents?
Not much. That doesn't really, that's not cost of living increase right there. So I think you guys can do better than that. I've been here a while, and you don't get to do just one good contract and then call it good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
There's some chants when we got our speakers getting ready. So here's a very easy one. Get up, get down. Portland is a union town. All right, get up, get down. Portland is a union town. Get up, get down. Portland is a union town. Get up, get down. Portland is a union town. Get down. All right. What do we want? When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Now! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? When do we want it? Now! What do we want? When do we want it? Now! That's right. With our speaker.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. Our next speaker, excuse me, is a rank and file member of Local 328. Reggie, I'm going to invite you up. Everybody give a hand for Reggie.
Thank y'all for coming out.
Loud.
Hold it right up to your mouth.
I'm just here to tell my story and why I'm here at OHSU. As a floor care technician at Dornbeck
Louder.
As a floor care technician at Dornbeck Children's Hospital and other facilities on the Hill, it is my responsibility to ensure that our frontline health care.
Louder. You gotta be real close to your mouth. Yeah.
It is our responsibility that our frontline providers have a clean and safe environment to help these patients heal.
You sure? But make sure you don't cover it. Yeah.
Whether a patient is here for a broken arm, whether a patient is here for a broken arm, cancer treatment, or pneumonia care, or whatever ails them, they need a sanitary environment. I'm on my third career after 24 years in the military and 12 years working at TriMet. Before I became an OHSU employee, I was in fact an OHSU patient. In 2010, with the help of the VA hospital, the staff at OHSU made a vital contribution in saving my life. After finding a brain aneurysm on the left side of my brain, surgeons at the VA and OHSU spent 16 plus hours removing it. I would not be standing here today if it weren't for everyone in the crowd and the work you do to provide incredible care to those in need. So when I recovered, I decided I wanted to give back, and working at Norfolk OHSU or the other medical facilities located on this hill is my way of paying it forward. While this is certainly a calling, and I'm proud of the work that I do to give kids and adults a safe and clean environment to heal, I cannot pay my rent with good karma or a sense that I'm helping others. For so many of us at the EVS department, a real living wage would be life-changing. While groceries get more expensive and our rent and utility increase year after year, our wages haven't kept up. As others have said, the disparity between executive pay and those of us who keep this hospital running is growing larger and larger. A living wage will retain experienced workers such as yourselves who can go elsewhere in our community for higher wages. We work here because we believe in OHSU's mission, but we have to be able to support our families.
That's right.
I have friends and family in North Carolina where the cost of living is about 20% cheaper than it is here in Portland. Even though the cost of living is less, one could earn up to $10 more an hour at a similar position such as mine. Think about that. Cost of living is 20% less, and you earn close to $10 more an hour. But I love my community, my co-workers, and the work I do. I don't want to be forced out because I can't afford to live in the communities I serve. It is time for OHS to live up to their values and provide workers a real living wage so we can continue to support this great place.
Let's see if I can project my voice at all. Hi, my name is Sarah Jean-Baptiste. I have been a physician assistant for nearly 17 years, 10 of which have been here at OHSU. I work in the orthopedic oncology department. Like many of you, I love what I do. I take great pride in the care that I provide to my patients. I work hard to connect with them, to help them understand their diagnoses and treatment plans, and to build trust in their care team. I am deeply knowledgeable in my field and an essential member of my team. I am valued by my physician colleagues. But despite my commitment, I don't feel that my value, or the value of APPs more broadly, is fully recognized by OHSU. When the new compensation plan was rolled out several years ago, I was hopeful. It would mean a significant raise for me. But that hope faded quickly. I found out that colleagues doing similar work with me, with similar years of experience, were already making more. My years of experience, my contributions, my leadership, none of that seemed to matter. But this is not just about me, it's about all of us. A broken system keeps us divided and undervalued.
That's right.
It allows some to get ahead while others are left behind. It relies on outdated data, ignores real market conditions, and asks highly trained providers to pick up side jobs to make ends meet. But the truth is, it's not just about one raise or one policy. It's about a pattern of overlooking the contributions of advanced practice providers, a pattern of asking more and giving less, a pattern of dividing us when we should be united. It's exhausting, it's demoralizing, and it's not sustainable. We are not here for the recognition, but we deserve to be recognized. We deserve to be valued, not just with words, but with action. With pay that reflects our training, our experience, and the deep emotional labor we carry every day. With policies that support, not undermine our ability to thrive in this work. It's time for leadership to stop asking more from us while giving us less in return. It's time to stop justifying inequities and start fixing them. It's time to stop expecting gratitude for crumbs and start delivering compensation and respect that reflect our true worth. So I'm standing here not for just myself, but for all of us. For every PA, nurse practitioner, nurse, tech, provider, staff member who's ever felt like their dedication wasn't enough. We deserve better, and together we will fight for it.
Thank you so much. Our next speaker is a rank and file member from Local 328 and a trustee of our board. Give it up for Allison Millian.
Hello, can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? I don't know, I'm not convinced. One more time, can everybody hear me? Okay, I heard you now. All right. Good afternoon, union comrades. My name is Alison Milian. I'm a member and steward of AFSCME Local 328 and an OHSU employee working as a pharmacy technician at the Richmond Clinic Pharmacy. First of all, united we bargain, divided we beg.
Damn straight.
As the control of this institution passes between hands, I see one constant. OHSU can always afford an executive. OHSU somehow always has enough funds to give executives hefty bonuses, enough funds to cover up the mistakes of their prestigious administration, and enough to spend millions lining the pockets of lawyers while pondering whether or not to buy a separate healthcare system they would somehow staff while laying off existing employees. They slash apart our work units and fail to address the numerous work sites that require updates to maintain the quality of care OHSU offers its patient population. No! Curiously enough, this financial well always seems to run dry when it comes to compensating the rest of OHSU's workers. We, the employees carrying this institution on our backs, have been presented with the most meager wage increase they could come up with. As the cost of food, rent, and other necessities essential to our survival rise, they are comfortable with the idea of more of their workers needing food stamps to feed their families, with us having to find housing assistance, and with us having to choose between our fundamental needs. Earlier this year, my apartment flooded, and I needed to cover most of the extra costs I incurred while my landlord spent a month repairing the space. It was the Labor's Community Service Agency, a union-born program, that helped me cover a month of rent so that I would not fall behind while being displaced for an issue that was not my fault. Without that assistance, I would have found myself having to choose between keeping up with rent or eating out since I did not have access to my kitchen. We're constantly having to stretch our dollars as much as possible, denying ourselves small luxuries like a new phone or new work shoes because it would mean less money for meals and other vital expenses. Have the executives ever needed to choose? No! I'm sure they found themselves paralyzed with the abundance of options their wealth offers them. Where to vacation, where to buy another property, all while offering us paltry raises. Whoa! Facing emergencies like this has made me thankful for my union. My parents were never able to work for a union, and I always wonder, how many emergencies could we afford? On April 9th of this year, I had a procedure for a long-standing injury. The treatment was fully covered by my insurance, which this union has fought so hard to maintain every single time OHSU has threatened to trim our access to health care. Neither of my parents have insurance. My current wage is $28 an hour, just on me. This goes beyond ensuring our wages are enough to cover our basic needs. What about our dreams? Whether it be at home or in foreign wars, elites have never hesitated to waste our bodies to benefit their bank accounts. We do all of this labor, but we never have enough money to go beyond the day-to-day. Will you be able to help your children through college without taking on burdensome loans? Will I ever be able to purchase a home of my own? We're being denied the ability to have a meaningful life by people who have so much excess, it would take several lifetimes for them to spend it all. Looking back at the history of unions, it has always been evident that the wealthy have no intention of relinquishing this dynamic of oppression. We had to fight for the 8-hour workday, for the 5-day work week, and we will have to fight to get the pay we deserve. I'm sure we have all noticed our workload increasing in recent years, and at least in my work unit at the Richmond Pharmacy, OHSU has done nothing to ensure my colleagues and I have a workplace suitable for this extra work. They've ignored our requests for raises that match the ever-expanding responsibilities. Why are we rewarded with worsening work conditions and insulting pay increases? Who decided the fruit of our labor is best spent on executives we have never even seen work? Should all the profit you and your colleagues generate go to people who haven't earned it? Millions of workers worldwide fight every day for their rights and for fair wages, for the right to not only dream, but to experience a meaningful life. They will aim to discourage and divide us, to force us to face them alone. But I'm reminding you, you aren't alone. We do the work. We make the money. Let's make it clear to them, the wealthy, that we intend to take back what we have earned. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. ¿Tenemos hispanohablantes en la audiencia? ¿Quieren mi discurso en español? Ok. Claro que sí, con mucho orgullo. Mi español es mi primer idioma, soy guatemalteca, a pura honra. Saludos a mis padres. Buenas tardes, camaradas sindicalistas. Mi nombre es Alison Milian. Soy miembro y delegada de nuestra local 328 de AFSCME y empleada de OHSU, trabajando como técnica de farmacia en la clínica Richmond. Unidos negociamos, divididos rogamos. A medida que el control de esta institución cambia de manos, veo una constante. OHSU siempre tiene cómo pagarle a un ejecutivo. De alguna manera, OHSU siempre tiene fondos suficientes para darles bonos tremendos a sus ejecutivos, fondos suficientes para encubrir los errores de su prestigiosa administración y suficientes para gastar millones en llenar los bolsillos de abogados mientras titubean entre sí o no comprar un sistema de salud independiente que, de alguna manera, llenarían de un cuerpo laboral mientras despiden a sus empleados existentes. Hacen recortes drásticos en nuestras unidades de labor y no abordan las numerosas actualizaciones que requieren nuestras áreas de trabajo para mantener la calidad de cuidado de salud que OHSU ofrece a sus pacientes. Curiosamente, este pozo financiero siempre parece agotarse cuando se trata del pago del resto de los trabajadores de OHSU. Nosotros, los empleados que llevamos a esta institución a cuestas, hemos recibido el aumento salarial más miserable que han podido conseguir. A medida que aumentan los costos de comida, el alquiler y otras necesidades esenciales para nuestra supervivencia, se sienten cómodos con la idea de que más trabajadores necesiten cupones de alimentos para alimentar a sus familias, que tengamos que buscar ayuda para la vivienda y que tengamos que elegir entre nuestras necesidades básicas. A principios de este año, mi apartamento se inundó y tuve que cubrir la mayoría de los gastos adicionales que incurrí mientras el propietario se tomó un mes para el reparo. Fue en la Agencia de Servicio Comunitario del Trabajo, un programa que nació de los sindicatos, quien me ayudó a cubrir un mes de cobros para no atrasarme al ser desplazada por un problema que no era mi culpa. Sin esa ayuda, me habría visto obligada a elegir entre mantenerme al día con el pago del alquiler o en comprar comida, ya que no tenía acceso a mi cocina. Constantemente tenemos que estirar nuestro dinero al máximo, negándonos pequeños lujos como un teléfono nuevo o zapatos de trabajo nuevos, porque resultara en menos dinero para los alimentos y otros gastos vitales. ¿Acaso los ejecutivos se han visto en la necesidad de elegir? Estoy segura que la abundancia de opciones que les ofrece su riqueza los paraliza. El escoger dónde vacacionar, dónde comprar otra propiedad, todo mientras nos ofrecen aumentos míseros. Estoy agradecida de tener un sindicato que me ayudó a enfrentar estas emergencias. Mis padres nunca pudieron trabajar con la protección de un sindicato y siempre me pregunto, ¿cuántas emergencias podríamos aguantar? El 9 de abril de este año me operaron de una lesión que tenía desde hace tiempo. El procedimiento fue pagado completamente por mi seguro médico, el cual este sindicato ha defendido afanosamente cada vez que hoy recibo amenaza con recortar nuestro acceso al cuidado de salud médico. Mis padres no tienen seguro médico. Mi salario actual es de $28 la hora, apenas más que el salario mínimo para una persona soltera en Portland, y con este salario también ayuda a mis padres. ¿Cuánto tiempo podría cubrir mis propios gastos y ayudar con los de ellos antes de quedarme en la quiebra? ¿Cómo podré apoyar a los que dependen de mí? Esto va más allá de asegurar que nuestros salarios sean suficientes para cubrir nuestras necesidades básicas. ¿Qué de nuestros sueños personales? Ya sea en casa o en guerras extranjeras, los ricos nunca dudan en malgastar nuestros cuerpos para enriquecer sus cuentas bancarias. Hacemos todo este esfuerzo, pero ¿alguna vez tendremos suficiente dinero para sobrevivir más allá del día a día? ¿Podría ayudar a sus hijos a pagar la universidad sin tener que asumir préstamos onerosos? ¿Podría alguna vez yo comprar una casa propia? Nos niegan la posibilidad de tener una vida plena, mientras que ellos tienen tantos bienes que una vida no les alcanzaría para gastarlo todo. En la historia de los sindicatos, siempre ha sido evidente que los ricos no tienen ni la más mínima intención de renunciar a esta dinámica de opresión. Tuvimos que luchar por la jornada laboral de 8 horas, por la semana laboral de 5 días y tendremos que luchar para obtener el salario que nos merecemos. Estoy segura de que todos han notado que en los últimos años nuestra carga de trabajo ha aumentado, pero al menos en mi unidad laboral en la farmacia Richmond, OHSU no ha hecho nada para garantizar que mis compañeros y yo tengamos un espacio adecuado para el trabajo adicional. Han ignorado las solicitudes de aumentos salariales ajustadas a las responsabilidades cada vez mayores. ¿Por qué nos recompensan con condiciones laborales cada vez peores y ofertas de aumentos salariales que ofenden? ¿Quién decidió que el fruto de nuestro trabajo está mejor invertido en ejecutivos a los que nunca hemos visto trabajar? ¿Será que todas las ganancias que ustedes y sus compañeros generan deben pertenecer a personas que no las han ganado? Millones de trabajadores en todo el mundo luchan cada día por sus derechos y por salarios justos, por el derecho de no solo soñar con, sino de vivir una vida plena. Intentarán desanimarnos y dividirnos, obligarnos a enfrentarnos a ellos solos, pero les recuerdo, ustedes no están solos. Nosotros hacemos el trabajo, nosotros generamos el dinero. Dejémosles claro a los adinerados que nosotros tenemos la mayor intención de recuperar lo que hemos ganado. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. Un pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
Thank you, Alex. Okay, I'm going to try to be loud as well. Hopefully everybody can hear me. My name is Jesse. I am on our local 328 bargaining team. I was on the bargaining team in 2022 as well. In 2019, I helped find a couple of trolls here up on the hill. So I'll always be remembered for that anyway. So there's a labor concept, bread and roses. We need enough money to live. We need enough money to actually live. It's not just about survival. And our union brought me up to a living wage over the course of the last contract. I want to talk to you a bit about the difference of before and after. It's not a lot of difference when you look at the money, but you reach that tipping point and life just becomes easier, just a little bit. When things go wrong, you've got a little bit of space to take a breath, decide what to do. I've told this story before. It's a lot of why we have paid bereavement leave. 4 days into my job at OHSU, my mother passed away unexpectedly. I only got to attend her funeral because my partner put together a GoFundMe and my community came together for me. What I haven't talked about a lot, though, is the difference between, it's the 2 days before that. When I got a phone call that she was septic, and I knew what that meant. And I knew if I wanted to say goodbye, I needed to be on a plane now. I needed to drop what I was doing and head to the airport, and I couldn't. And I didn't get to. In 2022, while we were bargaining the last contract, happier story, but still, my dad got hit by a car. And I don't mean he was in a car accident. I mean, this old fart got hit by a car while he was standing by the side of the road, thrown like a lawn dart. He's fine. They replaced his shoulder. He's a tough old fart. But the same thing there. What I told myself was that I couldn't leave the bargaining table. I needed to be there to do that work. But the reality is, I didn't have the money to drop what I was doing and go see him. I didn't get to help him recover because I just could not. If I make a trip back to Ohio, that's months of planning. That's not a cheap plane ticket. It's figuring out the best time to go, so the prices are low. It's all of that stress to work it out. It can't happen in a month. If that happened today, which, I checked my phone, so far so good, at least I know I could do that. And so it's easy to think of roses as getting to go on vacation, as buying some nicer clothes, as just going out to dinner. But roses are also being able to be there for my family when they need it, to be there for my community when they need it, to have the extra space and the extra energy to give, and not just enough to survive. And that's what these raises for our lower paid workers, is the ability to survive, not just survive, but to live, to be part of the family, to be part of their community. To wrap this up, I view a lot of union work as trying to make this a better place than I found it. I want the next generation of union activists to fight a battle that I haven't even thought of. And that's part of what we're doing with trying to raise OHSU to a living wage. What I want to see is all those people who are struggling to just get by, what will they do when they've got the space to look around and go, wait, how can I help? We don't even know what they'll come up with, how they'll make the world a better place. And that's why this fight is so important to me, is to leave it better than I found it, so that the next group can do that, and the next group can do that. All right, do we have anything else? Who wants to do chants? I need to drink water. But all right, we're going to hand this over to Harrison. Thank you so much for attending, everybody. All
right, I'm also going to bring my other chant leader up, Jen Romer. All right, before we get into the chants, I just want to say, look around each other. We have members from every union on campus at this rally. Woo! I want you to think about your work site. I work for the Center for Women's Health. I am a clinical support assistant. I support both the doctors, the midwives, and all the advanced practitioners there. And we do this work together. We are stronger together, and OHSU only runs because of us. Is that right? Yeah! Who runs OHSU? We do! Who runs OHSU? We do! Who runs OHSU? We do! Thank you. You can pass it back. You know, what's outrageous? Unfair wages. 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 I can't hear you. What's outrageous? Unfair wages. Come up. What's outrageous? Let them know. Unfair wages. That's right. I'm not just trying to all my voice. You guys do it.
Their buck won't make the cut. No? That $1 won't make the cut? No? No one.
$1 won't make the cut. 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 All right, this one will fit everyone, not just our wage increases. Don't be a jerk. Pay us what we're worth. Hey, OHSU, don't be a jerk.
Pay us what we're worth.
Hey, OHSU, don't be a jerk.
Pay us what we're worth.
Hey, OHSU, don't be a jerk.
Pay us what we're worth.
That's right. You guys, you got to. Yeah, but I'm gonna ruin my voice.
Okay. Dignity, respect. More money in our checks. Dignity, respect.
More money in our checks.
Dignity, respect. More money in our checks. Dignity, respect. More money in our checks. Dignity, respect. More money in our checks.
There you go, Chief.
The workers united can never be defeated. The workers united
Will never be defeated.
The workers united.
Will never be defeated.
The workers united.
Will never be defeated.
Come on, you can do this without me. Let's hear it.
The workers united.
Will never be defeated. The workers united. Will never be defeated. The workers united. Will never be defeated.
What do we want?
Fair pay.
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 Now here's another one. What do we want? Safe staffing. What do we want?
Safe staffing.
What do we want?
Safe staffing.
When do we want it?
Now.
When do we want it?
Now.
When do we want it?
Now.
There isn't so much better at this.
You are really good at it.
This is really true.
I'm cursed. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, how about get up, get down. Portland is a union town. Get up, get down.
Portland is a union town. Get up, get down. Portland is a union town.
Get up, get down.
Portland is a union town. Get down. Portland is a union town.
Also, before we close out, I want to give a big, huge thank you for all the ONA and AFSCME staff that are here. I want to thank the AFSCME leadership that's here, including our General Secretary, Melissa McBride. Now, what are we going to do when we fight for these contracts? When we fight?
We win.
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 Thank you. And Juan, want to close us out?
Let's bring it down a notch. Bring it down a notch. There was a lot of passion today. Across the board. Love it. I've been here 7 years. Always been contentious. Doesn't have to be, but I look out to the audience and we're ready for fight.
Yeah. Yes.
The person standing next to you is ready to go to war with you. And that means a lot. Don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. In the time I've been here, the number of unions has gone up. That's not by mistake. Because there's strength in numbers, and they want us to fight them one-on-one. It's not a one-on-one fight. We are what brings value to this institution. Take us away from it, and it's just a building.
Right.
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
Great job, everybody. Really could have used a tequila shot. Would have made all the difference. One tequila shot.